In order to overcome his fear of heights and defeat the villainous Heartless once and for all, Dick Grayson will need to look within himself and overcome a dark secret that he's been hiding forever. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Nightwing issue number 117 and find out together, shall we? So then, picking up directly from where the last issue left off, Dick Grayson is still in Nanda Parbat trying to overcome his chemically induced fear of heights. Helping him along the way, just like he did when he was a kid, is none other than Boston Brand, aka the dead man Nanda Parbat's favorite son, and a pretty damn accomplished carny in and of himself. Boston thinks that helping Nightwing overcome his fear of heights should be easy. Just throw him in the old fear immersion therapy chair and see what happens. Basically, Boston uses his powers to possess Dick and takes him up somewhere high. In theory, this isn't a terrible idea. Unfortunately, though, they don't end up getting the results they want. Dick does indeed fall through the air again, but he passes out before he hits the ground, meaning that his fear has not been conquered. But, that's just one avenue to self-improvement. Maybe Dick needs to relax. Maybe he needs to get all zen and meditate and find his center. That usually helps, right? And in a way, it kinda does. Dick hasn't stopped moving in months, and actually chilling out and reflecting gives him a chance to wonder when exactly he got dosed with this fear poison. And after a few minutes in the tub, the truth is ultimately revealed to Dick. Shelton Lyle drugged him when Dick drank some water he was given during that extra special first-person perspective issue from a couple arcs back. This is actually a huge revelation for Dick and a very important puzzle piece in ultimately unraveling who Heartless truly is under the mask. Dick confers with Oracle back in Bloodhaven, and they think they may finally have what they need to blow this case wide open. After all, Shelton Lyle owns a pharmaceutical company, so if anyone could make some sort of fear toxin, it's him. The only thing they're going to need is some actual hard proof, and thankfully Oracle can send Nightwing to deal with that. Well, Nightwing 2, by which of course we mean Bruce Wayne, who's been trying his hardest to keep the hope alive in Bloodhaven, what with Dick having to go on the run after getting framed by Heartless for murder. Bruce says that the suit is very snug and he tried quipping a whole 2 times. Of course, uncovering Heartless's true identity and clearing his name aren't going to actually happen if Dick is unable to fight his fear and learn to leap all over again like he used to. Eventually, him and Deadman have to broach the subject that maybe this whole chemical drugging thing is just a small part of something much bigger and much more psychosomatic. That perhaps the real fear block that Dick is dealing with actually is something that goes back even further than he could possibly imagine, to the night his parents fell to their own deaths. Of course, Dick's not ready to deal with that problem just yet, and because of that, the two heroes decide to take one last grand stab at fear immersion therapy, this time taking Nightwing all the way to the tippy top of Nanda Parbat, a place so high and so precarious that Dick can't actually climb back down without risking death, meaning the only way he's going to actually get to the bottom again is if he's willing to jump and pull the string on his parachute. And for a full-on 24 hours, he can't do it. Deadman said that he would leave just to really help sell the fear of this situation, but as he puts it, he's a ghost, not a monster, and is sure to come back for Dick later. Apparently, all this time alone to think and be with himself is exactly what Dick Grayson needed. He's looked inward, he's solved his problem, and he's ready to go back to Bloodhaven and deal with Heartless once and for all, as he takes his first great heroic leap in a long time. And can I just say, it's one of 2 absolutely beautiful heroic splash pages for Nightwing. When Dick actually does make it back to Bloodhaven, everyone's absolutely overjoyed to see him, and yes, Dick thinks it's absolutely amazing that Bruce dressed up as him for a while. Bruce was also as good as his word, too, finding a vial of the same drug that Lyle had used on Nightwing to make him afraid. This is the big smoking gun they were looking for to help Nightwing clear his name. Nightwing also thinks their next course of action should be to try and divorce Heartless from his army of goons. After all, basically 90% of them aren't actually working for Shelton because they're true believers, but only because their children's lives are being threatened. And there's no doubt in his mind that these kidnapped kids are probably being kept in a building owned by Shell Pharmaceuticals. Though before Nightwing can go and deal with that problem, there's a much closer to home family drama that he's going to have to resolve. Now that Tony Zuko is aware that Dick Grayson and Nightwing are the same person, he's decided to take out his rage on Dick's mayor's sister, Melinda, who of course also just so happens to be the child that Zuko had raised. Hell, he even threatens to shoot Melinda's mom, saying that Heartless wanted the mayor brought to him, but there's nothing to say that her mom can't catch a bullet all the same. Thankfully, Thankfully, Nightwing is there to swoop on in and save the day, and he does so in, again, another great heroic splash page. I also dig the idea that this is so important to Dick he didn't even bother shaving his beard or putting on his regular costume. Nightwing makes short work of Zuko's thugs before giving chase to the man himself. Zuko places a call to Heartless saying that Dick is back in the city. It's here too Dick plays his own trump card saying that he has video footage of the night his parents were murdered and that he can directly implicate Tony Zuko, but it's here that the biggest bombshell of all is ultimately dropped. You see, the reason Dick was really afraid of heights and the problem that he had to desperately try and work through actually relates to the night his parents were murdered. You see, in keeping with the same trapeze performance they had done over and over again, Dick was actually supposed to swing out without a net first. But the night the Flying Graysons were killed, Dick's parents swung out first, meaning that whoever attempted to kill the Graysons and punish Haley's circus weren't actually going after the parents, they were seemingly going after Dick himself. But why? We don't know as the comic comes to a close, but maybe we'll find out next time. And so that was Nightwing issue number 117, everybody, and I really gotta take my hat off to Tom Taylor and company for this one. This series is slowly but surely coming to a close, but it really seems like this creative team brought some of the very best for last. I really like Dick's relationship with Deadman. It's got a fun and interesting flavor to it that we don't really see in Dick's relationship with other heroes. I dig that he had a whole other secret mentor outside of Batman before either of them became super. I really like how Dick and Oracle and the others eventually do figure out that Shelton Lyle is indeed Heartless. The pieces of the puzzle all fall into place so beautifully and all at once. It really makes me think that Taylor thought long and hard about this big reveal and how it was going to ultimately play out. And indeed, it played out in a beautiful way. As we head into this big finale too, I have to wonder about this revelation about the night the Flying Graysons were killed. I don't know how I feel about Dick being the main target yet, but it certainly adds a whole new dramatic dimension that I wasn't expecting here heading into this finale, and I'll definitely have an open mind to see how it all shakes out. Ultimately, I would give this one another very positive 9 out of 10. Just some damn fine Nightwing comic books, and I will be sad when this one eventually does come to a real end, but oh man, am I excited to see how it all goes out. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, thanking you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out my Amazon link down in the description. Yes, that's right, the Cape Joel channel officially has its own Amazon storefront now. You can pick up a comic or anything else for that matter, and if you did, you'd really be helping me in the channel. So with that out of the way, everyone, I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.